everyone, and welcome to Whitney High School Live. My name is Nafisa, and I'll be your host for today. As always, make sure to follow us on Instagram at whitneyhs.live and subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on notifications. Starting off, we have an announcement from ASB. If you're still interested in joining clubs, it's not too late because ASB is holding an event called Club Refresh this week. Clubs will be talking about what they've done so far, as well as events they'll be holding in the future, and so much more. This is a great way for students to join clubs they couldn't in the beginning of the school year, and details are on the ASB Instagram as well as the Whitney High School Spirits page. More information will be coming in your school emails as well as the Whitney website. Alright, starting off for today, we have another makeup video from Reese, this time with a voiceover from Mental Health America.
Hello Whitney, this is Mental Health America. Welcome back to another episode of Blank Does My Voiceover. Today, we're going to be talking about ways to incorporate self-care and self-love to yourself. You've probably heard this term, self-love or self-care, thrown around everywhere, from news articles to social media posts. You might be asking yourself, what's the difference between self-love and self-care? Though they sound very similar, both terms have very different meanings. Self-care is taking care of yourself physically and emotionally, while self-love is forgiving yourself and prioritizing your needs. You then might be asking yourself, why should I practice self-care and self-love? A common analogy to answer this question is airplane oxygen masks. During airline safety demonstrations, flight attendants often mention that in the case of an unlikely event, oxygen masks will drop from the ceiling, and they always say, please secure your own mask before assisting someone else. By taking care of yourself, you'll be in a better position to work to help others. Even if you tend to put others' needs first before your own needs, without taking care of yourself, you are in little position to help others.
So, what are some ways to incorporate self-love? Don't worry so much about others' opinions. It is great to take constructive criticism from others, and indeed, there are many times that need these criticisms. However, there is a difference between those who are giving you the helpful advice and those who are simply critics, skeptics, or naysayers who doubt your ability. If you're constantly worried about what people are going to say about what you're making, there are so many things that are not going to be created. Put yourself first. Incorporate decompressing rituals into your life, and don't be afraid to say no to others. And be kind to yourself. Reflect on the language you use to describe yourself. Avoid using negative language and instead use more positive language.
Therefore, it is very important to take time for yourself and practice self-care and self-love. Here are some ways you can manage to by incorporating self-care into your daily routine. First is to maintain a healthy diet. I know most kids are probably binge eating and watching Netflix, since I've also fallen into that hole when a bag of chips are conveniently sitting next to me. However, try putting the unhealthy snacks away from your workspace and replace them with healthy alternatives like fruits or vegetables. If you know you're going to get afternoon cravings, plan for those occasions. Perhaps try some homemade snacks, some sweet potato fries. And second is to get enough sleep. We're not telling you to go to bed at 6 p.m. every night, but just to make sure you have enough sleep and maintain a regular sleep schedule. Sleeping not only nourishes the body, but also allows one to save memories correctly. Did you know that you need at least 3 days of solid sleep after learning something to actually commit it to long-term memory? Now, some advice is to get that sleep is to try not to intake caffeine after noon, as caffeine have a half-life of around 6 hours. So drinking 1 cup of coffee at 6 p.m. equals drinking half a cup of coffee at midnight.
During these times, electronics have become a necessity for daily life. It can be hard to push the internet away, but by taking the initiative to unplug for just an hour every day can improve focus and increase productivity. Also, make sure you keep in touch with your friends and family to ease your mind or just to keep those connections alive. Thank you all for watching this episode of MHA Does My Voiceover. We hope you learned more about self-care and self-love, and we'll try to incorporate those into your everyday life.
Thank you so much, MHA, and now we have a video from Dance Club.
Hey Whitney, Club Chang'an and Dance Club are happy to announce that we'll be having a joint activity with 2 workshops teaching a modern and traditional dance. Here's a snippet of what to expect.
Our modern dance workshop will be next Tuesday the 16th from 2:30 to 4, and the traditional dance workshop will be next Friday the 19th from 2:30 to 4. The Zoom link will be in both of our club's Instagram bios and sent out in emails. See you there!
So Valentine's Day is coming up really soon, so we have a little history about Valentine's Day with Athena.
Hi, my name's Athena, and today I'm going to be talking about the history of Valentine's Day. The legend of St. Valentine has several different tellings. Today we're going to be talking about the most commonly associated legend to Valentine's Day. St. Valentine was a Roman priest who performed weddings for soldiers forbidden to marry because of a Roman emperor edict decreeing married soldiers did not make good warriors and thus young men could not marry. The St. Valentine wore a ring with a cupid on it, a symbol of love, that helped soldiers recognize him. And in a precursor to greeting cards, he handed out paper hearts to remind Christians of their love for God. Because of this legend, St. Valentine became known as the patron saint of love. St. Valentine prayer asks St. Valentine to connect lovers together so that two become one, and the couple remembers their devotion to God. While the St. Valentine story set the groundwork for establishing the day as a holiday for romantic love, what truly solidified the connection between St. Valentine and love was a poem by medieval author Geoffrey Chaucer in 1381. Which historians consider the origin of the modern celebration of Valentine's Day, where we celebrate our romantic partnership with one other person. Chaucer lived in the Middle Ages, the era of courtly love, when broad romantic statements of devotion such as poems, songs, and paintings celebrated partnership. By the end of the 15th century, the word Valentine was being used to describe lover in poems and songs of the day. And in the 18th century, a book called The Young Man's Valentine Writer was published in England. By the mid-19th century, mass-produced paper Valentine's cards were being created, and Valentine's Day as we know it was born.
And now we have an announcement from ASB about an upcoming Spirit Week.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the 4 schools lived together in harmony. But everything changed when the coronavirus attacked. Only the students, masters of all 4 elements, could stop it. But when the world needed them most, they lost their spirit. 100 days of online school passed, and a new spirit competition arose. The 4 nations will compete to see who will win the most spirit points and become the next avatar. Online school is tough, but I believe the nations can save the school year.
Here's how the spirit competition will work. These are the school populations, and since we all differ in sizes and populations, spirit points will be given based on percentages. So, for every spirit day, the number of participants will be counted and divided by the school total to find your percentage.
Afterwards, spirit points will be given to each school according to how high or low they rank percentage-wise. For example, on the first day, if Artesia had 50% participation, Whitney had 40, Cerritos had 30, and Gar had 20, Artesia would be given 4 spirit points, Whitney would be given 3, and so on. At the end of the week, the school with the highest number of spirit points will win. So good luck, everyone! Flame me out, my hotman!
Thank you, ASB. We hope that everyone joins in on the Spirit Week. And next up, we have the very highly requested Mapa's Munchies.
Hey guys, for this segment, I'm going to be making skillet fries using a recipe I found on TikTok. I thought it was cool and I wanted to share it with you guys, so let's get right into it.
First things first, you are going to wash your red potatoes and boil them until they are fork tender. This should take around 20 to 25 minutes. When that is done, you are going to drain your potatoes and let it rest. Next is the seasoning mix. In a large bowl, combine olive oil with the spices listed below and put it to the side. Then you are going to cut the potatoes in halves, but you could also do it in quarters depending on your preference. Once cut, toss the potatoes in the seasoning oil and put it on a hot skillet, adding 1 tablespoon of butter and some thyme. Keep moving it around for a couple minutes until crust forms on the outside. Then we are going to add another tablespoon of butter and 4 cloves of garlic. Toss it around for a couple minutes until the garlic becomes aromatic, and then you are done. And with that, you have your skillet fries. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
Last, but definitely not least, we have a video from Eco Club.
I'm that gala.
In that apple, still that apple.
Forever be that apple, forever be that gal.
Yeah.
Got the fiber for digestion, break your lunch down into pieces. Had to exile my appointment, doc, cause I got no disease.
Yeah.
I'm not too exclusive, you just gotta buy some my trees. Open up your Venmo, 780s, basically free.
Strudels, cider, apple pie, Christmas apples forever. I'm just baking and relaxing. Don't need no market cause your harvest every autumn. Gala, that's my taste, you need a bit so you bought it.
I'm gala.
Yeah.
I'm glossy, juicy, snatch it.
Yeah.
You're shiny, healthy, snazzy.
Yeah.
Tell me, grumbling, what's happening?
Whoa,
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 whoa, gala, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glossy, juicy, snatch it. Yeah.
Snatch it.
Shiny, healthy, snazzy. Yeah.
Hey,
Tell me,
yeah.
grumbling, what's happening? Yeah. What's happening? Hey, ah.
Hey.
Well, that's all we had for the show today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we will see you next Wednesday.